Hello there, friends, and welcome back to my channel. It's Amy here, and today's segment is on my March favorite photo. So if you've been following me for a while, you know that I started in January a Photos I Love album. And what I'm doing is picking one photo from each month and just creating a page of it. There's no journaling. And it's just one photo that represents each month. So here you'll see we've got January, and here we have February. And the photo that I'm going to be documenting today is this one. Let me move this out of the way. This was a really fun night. I took my mom to see my youngest daughter dance, and my mom loved it. She hadn't seen my daughter dance in several years, and my mom was actually a professional ballroom dancer for a short time, and I think that's where my daughter gets her dancing ability, because she definitely does not get it from me or my husband. So this is a 3x4 photo, and I am going to double mat it on a piece of white cardstock and then the black cardstock from Close to My Heart. And I wanted to just concentrate on cardstock in today's project, because right now, at the time of this filming, March 2024, we are currently having our Cardstock Carnival special with Close to My Heart, where all of our exclusive colors are on sale. You can buy just single color packs or a variety of colors in the same color family packs. You could get the bonus bundle where you're getting seven sheets of every single color, and it's a 30% discount. And then there's also a really fun exclusive product that Close to My Heart created, where they are border die cuts in 16 different colors. And they're 12-inch long, and they've got different borders. You get 2 of each. And if you watched my last video, you saw I did incorporate some of those into the layout that I did last week. So I do want to just focus on cardstock. And I did some thinking before I came on live, and I decided that I wanted to use shapes. So I pulled out the very famous Decorative Shapes Thin Cuts. This is a brand new thin cut that we can't keep in stock. It went live March 1st. It is going to be restocked in April, and it's a set of 18 dies. And you can see I think it's concentric. So you can see the banner tags. There's 3 different sizes. You've got the scallop square with the 2 different sizes. We're calling this a leaf, but it can be used for so many different things. And there's 3 different sizes: 2 hearts, 2 circles, and 3 of the arrows. And FYI, these arrows make really great houses. And we've got the flowers, and then we've got a fun tab. And what's neat about these, what I love, other than all the different sizes and all the different shapes, are the stitching. So the stitching is in there for us, and they really cut out very nicely. So I used my Close to My Heart die cut machine, and I just picked some colors that I thought would go with this photo. So I used White Daisy, I have Honey Butter, I have Seabrook, and I have Peach, and I have Glacier. And I did cut these on the light side of all the colors. Now for the 2 medium circles, I did use these circles, and then I had in my stash some retired stitched circles. So the larger this circle and the small circle, I think that is it. Those came from those retired thin cuts, but you could always use the circle thin cuts that are still available on my website. These would work great too. So there's lots of different options. I will list in the description box all the supplies that I use, and if things are retired, I will let you know that. So I thought we would create a page with circles, and then like the January and February pages I did, I pulled out the retired months of the year set. So these, oh my gosh, I think these were available back in maybe 2015. I mean, we're talking years and years and years ago, but I have every single month, and I'm using the name of the month on each page. So I did pull that, and we'll use that. And what I think I'm going to do is I pulled out some embossing folders. So these are the new embossing folders that were introduced in our March-April idea book. We've got the dots, we've got the diagonal stripes, and we've got these fun flowers. So I was thinking, well, maybe I'll emboss some of these circles. And then I thought maybe I'll do some tone-on-tone stamping, meaning I'll stamp a design with Honey Bunny ink on Honey Bunny cardstock, and Seabrook ink on Seabrook cardstock, and so on and so forth. So I just pulled some of my stamps that I thought I might use. This one is a really good just like design one, and this is from the Let's Go Anywhere card making workshop. We've got this one, it says card making workshop, but this is actually for the scrapbooking workshop kit. That's where that came from, so this is mislabeled. I loved the stitched heart here. I thought that this would be a good image to stamp tone on tone. And then I did also pull in some of my backgrounds. So the background elements have some fun designs. Oh, this one, the DreamMaker, which was the National Scrapbooking Month special last month. I love this, just like the words, and I also love that one. And then just some more. This is the Perfectly Imperfect backgrounds and the timeless textures. So we'll see, we might use some of those. And then I of course pulled in my ballerina dancer set, which has thin cuts. This one is very dear to my heart because I actually designed it with close to my heart, and it does have thin cuts. I do have some images already stamped and thin cut out, so we might incorporate one of these dancers, or maybe I could stamp that on one of the circles to go along with the dancing theme. So just a little FYI, you can't, you know, when Peyton started dancing professionally, they can't come out after the show in their costumes because they don't want anything to happen to the costumes. Whereas when she danced all in high school, they were able to come out in their costumes. So it's kind of a bummer because she's never dressed in her costume for the photos, but we'll take what we can get. So we'll see, we might use some of that. So what I'm going to do is clear my desk and we will go ahead and get started. Alrighty, so I went ahead and matted my photo. Here is my 6x8 base page. And then off camera, I did do my dry embossing just because it would make you dizzy if I did that underneath the camera. And I used the floral embossing powder, or the floral embossing folder, and then on my Seabrook, I used the diagonal stripe. Now, something that you could do to add a little bit more to these, I'm going to bring in my all-purpose mat, and you can add a little bit more texture by gently doing some sanding. So I've got my sanding block here, and because we have the white core cardstock, I am just lightly, you can do as much or as little as you want, but you can see how it kind of just defines those flowers a little bit more. And I have to say, I really like the 4x4 size of the embossing powder, or I keep saying powder, of the embossing folder. It's perfect for little things and cards, and for little embellishments like this. And I was actually able to fit all my circles in the 4x4 embossing folder and emboss them all at once. So I'm just kind of roughing this up. This is the Seabrook, so it's very light. I'm not sure even if you are able to see the distressing, but I am liking it. This one is teeny tiny. Okay, so we did that, and I'm going to put these to the side. I'll clean my all-purpose mat later. I've got my Versa mat upside down, so the foam side is facing up, and I'm going to bring in my desk pad, and we're going to stamp some other circles. So here's my peach, and I've got my peach ink pad, and the image that I'm using is this image right here, and it is from the SweetMemories Cardmaking Workshop. This was featured in our January-February idea book. So I'm just going to ink up my image and pretty much random stamp. And if we want, we could bring this in. I'd hope if I was on camera. Okay, so it just gives it a little bit of something more rather than the plain cardstock. But again, I think the plain cardstock would look fine as well. I just want it to stick with all cardstock because of the cardstock special that's happening right now, and to show you that you can do quite a bit with just cardstock, and you can create your own custom cardstock by stamping on them. Okay, so we've got those. And then with the sage ink, and I think at the beginning I said glacier, we're actually using sage. I'm going to go ahead and stamp this one. And this stamp is that topography stamp image that came or comes in the Let's Go Anywhere Scrapbooking Workshop kit. And I apologize, I was not on camera for all that. I'm just using my placement tool to lift these up. So you can see that tone on tone. I love it. And I did stamp some more off camera. And it just gives it that little extra something something. And you can see the stitching on the circles that really make it pop. And then last but certainly not least is the white circles. And what I'm going to do for this one is this image right here, which, as I showed before, comes from that DreamMaker special from last May. So some of you may have that in your stash. So stamp on. I'm using this little tool to take them off because I don't want to get my hands all inky and then smudge my project. Stamp one image. And then I'll go ahead. Actually, I don't even need to stamp there because we're going to add layers. So that will be good. And I will clean my stamps later with my stamp chamois. Let me get rid of my desk pad. And we'll go ahead and flip this back over, even though I don't think I'm going to need it for this 6x8 page. So let's bring in our base page. And what we'll do is we'll just lay everything out, and then I can go back and adhere these parts and pieces off camera. And we're just going to kind of play, but what I'm thinking is just kind of having these circles cascade all around the page. And you can see how effective we'll do a small one here, just a basic shape is. So it's just a matter of playing around, and then we can go back and, you know, I think maybe we'll switch this and put this over here. Maybe put a smaller one there. So I'm trying to separate colors as well as sizes. We need a big, go like that. And then maybe have one of these peek out. You know that I'm never going to be able to adhere this exactly the way we're seeing it, but that's okay. And maybe I did stamp the March image, and then I just cut a piece of Seabrook cardstock to mat it. Maybe this could go right there. And then I liked on this stamp set, it said, "Oh, happy day." So I have that on a block, and I was thinking of maybe stamping that right down there. I like this. I think this looks good. I just don't know about adding a ballet. This could maybe go over here. But if I did that, then we wouldn't be able to stamp "Oh, happy day." The other thing I thought of is maybe cutting part of the image and sticking it somewhere. I don't know. Let me adhere all of this, and then we'll see where we're at. So I'm going to stop the camera and we'll adhere this, and then we'll come back and see if we can somehow incorporate one of these into the page.